Hello, everybody. I am Mr. 901 Tommy Jackson, official maestro of content for Looney Tunes World of Mayhem, and welcome back to your #1 spot for Looney Tunes World of Mayhem news. And today, we've got a first look live. And why is it live? Because right now, we are live on Twitch. The Jax Army is in the chat. We're going to take a look at the footage sent and provided by Scopely. We're going to take a look at the kit. We're going to take a look at some in-game battles. And the Jax Army live on Twitch is going to be able to give you their thoughts about it as well. And on the other side of that, we're going to go over the event detail blog post. So stick around. Don't go anywhere for that. Without further ado, let's hop over to the Jax Army and break this tune down with this first look live on Fair Lady Melissa. All right, so here we go. We're going to get this going here. We've got this footage provided by Scopely. And there she is, Fair Lady Melissa. Say hello, Jax Army. There you go. Jax Army in the chat. I like the design. It's super simple, but not, I don't think, bland by any means. Because if you remember the original character looked exactly like this. So it's basically like a cleaned up version from the old cartoon. And you'll notice in some of the animations also that they do callbacks to the cartoon that she was in, as well as a callback to just the character itself. So it's pretty cool, I think. All right, so we're going to go over her kit real quick. Info pop up here. The damsel in distress, once fated to marry the Grand Duke Sylvester, now fights alongside aristocrats, buffing and supporting their counter attacks. Hey, that kind of had a rhyme to it. That's kind of sweet. That's kind of sweet. Eric says, I think she's more of a support. Yeah, that's exactly what she is, Eric. Right, it's Avaluni, epic, support, bird, aristocrat. So her power, 52, 11, 13. Attack is 1803. Defense is a little over 3 grand, 3,082. Her health is 7,387. And good googly moogly, look at her speed, folks. Look at her, 184. Like goodness. So, and that's really what you want from a support character, right? I mean, you want them to be able to take enough turns to where you can get around to a full heal if you need it, or whatever benefit they have. And you're going to notice that when we look at this kit, ton of benefits to this character being on this team. So first thing we'll take a look at after her stats, we're going to take a look at her friendship skill. It's an aristocrat, of course, but there's another one. This tune has plus 10% attack, defense, and speed, while any aristocrat tune is in battle as an ally. Fleshendo said in the sneak peek video, but it's cool how even she's on a team against Pumpernickel, she loves Pumpernickel and even kind of uses him in her moveset. Yeah, exactly. So she has 2 friendship skills. And the other one, speaking of Scarlet Pumpernickel, a lot of people thought Scarlet got a little snubbed in this whole thing. It doesn't look like it. It looks, I'm super interested to see how this is going to play out. Because really, Scarlet Pumpernickel doesn't have a place on the Aristocrats team. If you look at Grand Duke, Dukeling Jr., look at, I even believe maybe, well, no, not Penelope Couture, but you know, they all have Nemesis skills versus Scarlet. So this is super interesting. I'm going to be doing a little theory crafting myself and seeing how I can play that out. And we might be seeing a Scarlet Pumpernickel rework down the line. We never know. But this, I think there's more to this than meets the eye. It's like a transformer here, pals. All right, so now we're going to hop over into her kit. Now, keep in mind, guys, all this stuff we're looking at could possibly change. This is all early footage, but this is what we've got right now. Her basic attack, save me, deal 1,803 damage to target enemy, removing 3 buffs. That's on her basic attack. So let's go on to her next skill, which is her first special, it's got a cooldown of 3. It's called My Savior. And if you guys saw the sneak peek, which we'll leave a little bug up there in the corner, you know that Scarlet Pumpernickel is very heavy in her moveset. So deal 2,434 damage to target enemy, applying a defense down for 2 turns for each time this tune has performed a counterattack this battle. Not awful. Not awful. Eric says he believes this is going to make this team even more awesome. I think so too. I think the full team is looking pretty strong. Second special attack, Sweet Stuff. Cooldown of 2. Remove 3 random buffs from target enemy, granting your team 2 attack up for 2 turns and healing the ally with the least health for 1,893 health. If this tune is on defense, grant your team an additional attack up. Now there we go. There we saw it again. Every tune just about in this configuration of aristocrats has some buff when it comes to being on defense, and that I think is where the big deal lies. The good thing though is that it actually has some offensive power with its defensive skills. So I think you can run them either way, but you're getting a super increased benefit by having them on defense. And, you know, most of all of them counter. All right, so we've got our first passive here. A Lady's Touch. Once per battle, when an enemy is hit by a counterattack, stun them and silence all support enemies. That is a unique skill. And that is really cool because the silence part to all support enemies. So if you've got them in a bad way, I mean, also, again, with the counterattacks, that's something that's important. The counterattacks is a big deal because the whole team does it. So you got once per battle when an enemy is hit by a counterattack, stun them, and silence all support enemies. Well, most of their counterattacks are AoEs as well. This may very well be just devastating. Exactly, Eric's. You can get more moves in that way. I mean, it's pretty beefy. All right, another passive skill. Simply Delighted 5. When an aristocrat team member counters, heal them for 20% their max health, granting defense up if they are a defender, attack up if they are an attacker, or speed up if they are support. So this is basically like a passive middle ability of Hermes, but with some healing in there. So as you can tell, she's got several ways to heal. It's not only does she have a straight heal, but she's got several different ways to heal when it comes to the team. And now start thinking in the back of your mind, spike palms. Start thinking that now as far as gadgets go. That's kind of what I'm thinking. All right, let's keep moving. All right, and then her passive skill. When battle begins, inflict 2 to 3 defense down on all enemies for 3 turns. Yes, please. And then we still have more passive skills. Keep away from me. Once per turn, when an enemy is damaged by a counterattack, apply 3 defense down to them for 2 turns. This tune has 100% counter chance. It just keeps getting better. Okay, now that we've got this piece of the aristocrat team, it just keeps getting a little bit better. So now we've got counterattacks flying left and right. We've got a tank in there, an auto tank for that matter, that also counterattacks. Every time something counterattacks, or at least once per turn, everybody's getting healed. They're getting attack up or support up or defense up. They're getting, the other team is getting defense downs all the time. By the way, when she starts a turn, it's a defense down. She is a pretty, just in my opinion, it just seems like she's a really, really good support character. Like, I mean, she's Johnny in the field with the medical backpack. She's got a little bit of everything in there, like Eric said. So yeah, so far, I mean, just a lot of potential here. And of course, she's got the advanced HP, defense, things like that once you max her out. But my goodness. All right, we're going to flip over to a battle real quick. We're going to take a look at her in game here. All right, this is a full aristocrat team. There's the counterattack. They hit Penelope. And see, now this is going to be bad because they're going to hit multiples, right? Counter. Wham. That's that other one she has to counter twice. Plus, she does a decent amount of damage. Yeah, she's the one that's not a cat, right? Now check this animation out. Scarlet Pumpernickel comes out from the top there. Good point, Tendo. She will become even faster, maybe. At that point, I didn't quite see if she was at 69 or 79 in this footage, to be perfectly honest. Oh, here we are. This is her heal, and it also applies attack up. But you can see Scarlet Pumpernickel there in the doorway. Now they've got Penelope Couture stunned. 69 in the footage. Thank you, Double. Yeah, her animations are great. But you know, they've never really been hurt here. By the way, that animation right there is from another callback to the cartoon. They did a really great job of bringing this character to the game, I think. But I mean, at no time were they ever really in trouble here. It didn't look like it. And if you think about it, watch, they're going to do most of their damage off counterattacks and the debuffs that are applied at the same time. See, counter, attacks up. So now when they're countering, it's hitting even harder. Or if they're even just doing their regular moves. So he's going to go big AoE. That's another thing about this team. You know, everybody's got, with the exception of Melissa, which, I mean, you know, everybody's got a, some way to get some sort of attack up or defense down on somebody. Yeah, 6 defense down real quick. And guys, that's nothing to sneeze at. That's a huge deal when you're starting the battle, you know, almost instantaneously, where the other team's got almost 6 defense. I mean, you know, it takes you a second, but look, again, at no time were they really in trouble. All right, so this is another battle we're going to go into, a little bit different configuration of a team on the other side. And then after this battle, we'll hop over and give you some details about her event that's coming up tomorrow. And we'll be live for that event, so make sure you join us. As soon as the event goes live, we'll be on Twitch at twitch.tv/Mr. 901 TommyJax. So be sure to join us there. And look, again, they're just brutalizing. They're just brutalizing. The animations are really great. They have, for quite some time now, they have been doing quite well with that. But this team looks really good. And then I'm super curious to see what they look like on defense, because that's where I think not only do they look like they shine on offense, but the defensive side of things, just with those extra buffs. Really want to get a hold of a full team, get them built up, put them on War D. Yeah, might look good. All right, let's hop over and check out the blog post from the official Looney Tunes World of Mayhem website and give you some details about her upcoming event. All right, here we are over at LooneyTunesWorldOfMayhem.com. And you see her right there, Fair Lady Melissa. Just awesome. An unlikely love story. Once upon a time, there was a fair lady. She waited, locked away in the highest room of the tallest tower, for her true love's first kiss. Many a noble knight, romantic royal, and masked musketeers have all tried to rescue her from this dreadful prison, but none prevailed until... Come witness the unlikely love story between the new aristocrats, Fair Lady Melissa, and the legendary Lunar Toro. And there she is right there, Scarlet Pumpernickel in the doorway. All right, so this is just going to be a quick rundown of some of the things we can expect for tomorrow's event. Good team combinations, of course, it's all of the aristocrats. And here's a list of the featured tunes. We have Countess Penelope, Lunar Toro, Grand Dukeling Sylvester Jr., Grand Duke Sylvester, Fair Lady Melissa, Marvin the Marvelous, Athena Petunia, and Henry Horace. Now, the blog posts have been restructured lately, and I do like the information that they're giving us. So kind of take note of that, about how they do give us a lot more information, I think, than what we were getting previously. So the general highlights of this campaign is going to be a minimal 40 for player level. This event will feature one main campaign, one legendary campaign, one challenge campaign. Red hats can be used towards special event exchanges, so red hats are going to be our event MacGuffin this time around. You can use love letter energy to battle for legendary Lunar Toro pieces. So there we go. We had guessed about it. It is now confirmed. Use white bows on the bow wheel to win even more Lunar Toro pieces. So now we know there's going to be a bow wheel with more Lunar Toro pieces. So that was one of the things that we were talking about a couple of days ago and today and yesterday. You know, it's basically all week, guys, about were we going to be able to get some Lunar Toro pieces once we had got her story synopsis. All right, so the campaign highlights. Main campaign, mind your manners. Bring any tune and featured event tunes and battle to unlock and rank up Fair Lady Melissa and earn red hats. So what this says to me is this is a basic epic campaign to where we've got an unlock, a tune-up, a rank up, a tune-up, and a farm MacGuffin campaign or chapters within that campaign. It's what I believe the main campaign will be. Then we've got a legendary campaign, Letters to Toro. Bring Fair Lady Melissa and use love letter energy to battle for Lunar Toro pieces and white bows. Farm it for even more white bows. The tougher the stage, the more you can farm. So that was one thing. This has kind of been the case with a lot of regionals and things like that when you get to the last note of an act. However, now they're just putting it out there. Yeah, the tougher the stage, the more you can get. So that's where you're going to get a lot of your white bows from. Probably get some more from event quests, things like that. But once you have Fair Lady Melissa, you're going to use that love letter energy to go in there and battle for Toro pieces. And then, of course, the challenge campaign, the Aristocrats Challenge, that's where you're going to bring all the aristocrats, Countess Penelope, Fair Lady Melissa, Grand Dukeling Sylvester Jr., Grand Duke Sylvester, into the campaign to collect Cosmic Stars, Great Cosmic Stones, golden tickets, and red hats. Another thing I like is the way they've broken down the event quest highlights here. They're giving you a possibility of some of what the quests are going to be, so at least you can have it in your mind and you can actually prepare for it a little bit. So collect featured event tune pieces and superior regional materials to earn golden tickets, red hats, campaign energy, and more. So right here, superior regional materials. If you've got some tune-up tickets that you know you were thinking about spending, maybe you hold on to them until the event starts, because maybe you get some of these quests for you. Maybe that works out for you. Complete Letters to Toro battles to earn Great Cosmic Stones and more love letter energy to farm with, and Lunar Toro's Cosmic Star 5. So there you go right there, some quests that are centered specifically around Toro. And then power up Fair Lady Melissa to earn Great Cosmic Stones, golden tickets, and even more love letter energy, and up to 5 Cosmic Stars for Fair Lady Melissa. And that they're letting us know right there that we've got Cosmic Stars that are obtainable. Of course, we've got solo tournaments that, you know, we can also get Fair Lady Melissa pieces, golden tickets, tune-up materials, stuff like that. But I do like the way that this post is broken down. I'm super excited about this aristocrat team. All right, guys, super long video today, but hopefully we gave you our first impressions as well as the info you need to run into tomorrow's event. Remember, guys, we'll be live as soon as that event drops at twitch.tv/Mr. 901 Tommy Jacks. And if you haven't already done it, hit that subscribe button, bang that old bell, put a like on this thing while you're at it. And until next time, guys, stay loony, and we're going to catch you down the road.